In the early 1970s, as opposition to the Vietnam War intensified, the CIA sought to discredit anti-war activists and organizations. In an act to further oppress anti-war protesters, the CIA and White House drafted the Houston Plan, a proposed initiative that sought to expand domestic intelligence gathering capabilities and target anti-war activists. Central to the plan was the proposal to establish detention camps to hold anti-war protesters and other dissenters deemed subversive. However, the plan was met with opposition from within the government. Concerns over potential abuses of power and violations of civil liberties led to the plan's rejection. Despite not being implemented, the plan's existence raised alarms about the government's willingness to curtail constitutional rights in the name of national security. And one has to wonder what lengths the CIA goes to today to discredit those in the anti-war movement, like the corruption report.
Well, that's a good thing that it never happened.
If the moon landing wasn't faked, why did my video get banned from the For You page? How did Bill Gates call the moon on a landline with no delay or interference? My husband calls me every day on his way home from work and the call always drops because there's a dead zone in the middle of a busy city, but we could just call the moon on a landline. To be honest, I don't know a ton about engineering, but pause this video and tell me how this landed on the moon. This looks like a middle school project. What is this? A big thing that gets me though is just the concept of competitiveness. Have you ever seen a record broken or an achievement made and everyone else just backs off and says job well done? No, immediately everyone comes out of the corner and tries to do it better, bigger, faster. Not the moon landing though. America did it, and in the 60 years following, everyone either backed off or was unable to do it. Guys, come on, 12 Americans have walked on the moon. 12 Americans, no one else, no one from any other country. Most of them were Freemasons. Nothing wrong with Freemasons, but we know they love their secrets. The entire world trusts 12 Americans.
Was it fake or was it real? You guys let me know in the comments.
Girl, I just watched a video of another girl saying something about how Beyonce admitted in one of her songs how she killed a female. And she believes that it was Jay-Z's mistress. If you know, Jay-Z's mistress was Blue Cantrell. Now, we all remember when Beyonce faked that pregnancy. The belly flopped on live TV, right? Blue Cantrell was pregnant when she died. Blue Cantrell's baby would be Blue Ivy's age. 1 + 1 gonna always equal 2, bitch. That is motherfucking tea. That shit is crazy, bluntly in everybody's face. Don't believe me, go look it up.
Oh yes, that definitely affect our lives. What Jay-Z is doing and what Beyonce is doing.
Ryan Garcia is about to pull the first ever social media rope-a-dope. You heard it here. Meaning, he's telling me that you trolled the entire world with the fight. So was this all an act? What part of it was real? Tell us about it.
I mean, my cameraman Chance, Ajay's there. Hey, we have it pre-recorded months ago. What did I say was gonna happen? I said, I'm about to make sure everybody thinks I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Watch, it's gonna be called The Great Escape. Like, I have it all documented. I was already planning it, weeks and weeks and months behind. I don't know what made me come up with the idea, honestly. I just, one day just decided just to go all in and just commit to a plan that I had. And I was not gonna budge for nobody. It didn't matter if I went on his podcast, anybody's podcast. I was acting like sporadic, like just like crazy. I'll go on
Your mannerisms, you were just like
spaces. I'll be like, I'll do this with my nose. Like, and they're like, it's just a tick. I had everything like I just like, but then you make adjustments too. What was real though is at times I did drink a little bit during camp because I like to drink.
Oh, so his entire mental breakdown was a setup, or they shut him down.
1, 2, Freddy coming for you. Well, apparently a man decides, and we don't know why he decided, to Freddy Krueger himself outside of Donald Trump trial. He said people were in the crowd screaming out, "It's getting hot in here." Apparently everybody forgot to tell him to stop, drop, and roll. He also said he had a manifesto. No, the things that most of the time school shooters leave before they go torment the whole world. Like a Murder, She Wrote diary. The news reporters on site will report like this. "Oh my gosh, I'm 50 feet away from him. I can see him. Oh, something is happening. Oh, you see, it's something happening." Man set himself on fire. I swear for Lord, if it's for Donald Trump, I'm moving to Australia. Hope and pray that he did this on his own cognizance, not because he think he gonna stop a criminal from going to jail. Apparently, the manifesto said that is this whole conspiracy of the world that we got it wrong. Who didn't know that? I ain't about to Freddy Cougar myself to try to get the word out. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I'm sorry. Hello.
Ryan Garcia ain't crazy. This man is actually a genius. Everything he did was extremely calculated. Let me explain.
Come on, God, you really thought I was crazy?
For example, everyone thought the tipping point was him chugging a beer during the weigh-ins, and he missed weight by a couple pounds. But this was all part of his plan. Listen to what he said to Jake Paul.
Oh, shit.
But why would he do that? One, to make him look even crazier, but this was all feeding into the bigger picture. Ryan Garcia, the night before the fight, placed $2 million on himself to win $12 million. The crazier he looks like to the world and the less serious about the fight he is, the odds start to go against him. That means the more money you place, the more money you get back. And he did it all by giving glory to Jesus and exposing the elite. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff we don't agree with, but that's an easy way to make the headlines. He even said it himself.
This is why people need to stop believing everything on the internet. The last thing you should worry about is a kid acting crazy on the internet. I didn't even really want to say this, but it's the truth. You know, everybody needs to acknowledge, like, yo, I'm tripping. Y'all was tripping, not me. You guys were tripping. I wasn't. I was the one that was actually with sanity.
How can I miss this? How can I miss this? I've been following his videos and stories for days now, since his last fight with Devin. So he did all of this to bet off himself, because people would allegedly think that he was going crazy and he was gonna lose the fight. And it pretty much worked, because everyone was against him. Everyone thought that Devin was gonna win, but see, he won $12 million. That's pretty smooth. Pretty evil genius. Not evil, but yep, genius.
I'm just so angry. I've lost all faith in humanity. And I'm just really disappointed about the way we've treated her. And it feels like we've pushed her into having to make this statement. But I'm mad at the Kim Kardashians making fun of the situation on my way to find Kate. I'm mad at the John Olivers. I'm mad at the Stephen Colberts. And I'm mad that this person became a punchline when she was going through something else
that's probably going to get me into a lot of trouble really quickly while we're on the top. You. I'm just gonna say this. Where's Kate? Where are Archie and Lily? I haven't seen them in over 2 years. Where's the big internet campaign about the missing children?
Oh, they're probably being groomed.
How are you on TV crying and saying that you lost your faith in humanity because people was spreading conspiracy theories about Kate? Not only that, before I get to the main thing, this isn't the first time this has happened. Unfortunately, these things have happened. People used to say things about Chadwick Boseman before he passed. A slew of people. And yes, there is an argument there that we have to be mindful of what we say and things that we can think of about conspiracy theories that we come up with on the internet. But then you lose that argument when you yourself spread conspiracy theories about other people, especially their children. You know what you were saying when you said it. That's why you said you're going to get in trouble for this. You knew by saying that was a dog whistle, and you knew who you were trying to attract to your nonsense. I just had to put this out there because it's amazing. It's amazing at the logbook of receipts that we carry. And it was time to show that. Kinsey. Ass kissing can only get you so far, my dear.
That 180-degree turn pretty much caught.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is still stupid. She made a conscious or maybe unconscious reference to her famous Jewish space lasers theory. And here's her quote. I've previously voted to fund space lasers for Israel's defense. America needs to take our national security seriously and deserve the same type of defense for our border that Israel has and proudly uses. In other words, she really does believe that there are Jewish space lasers. She might be referring to the Iron Dome defense system that Israel has and recently used to divert missile attacks from Iran. Somebody please tell Marjorie Taylor Greene that those are not lasers. They're not space lasers. They're missiles that they like fire from the ground and then they hit the missiles that are coming in. They're not lasers. If we had space lasers, we'd be unstoppable. It would literally be, the United States would have hegemony over the entire earth. But at least it would be in the hands of the United States so that we could, I guess, shoot the lasers at the migrants coming across the border as they come in and maybe vaporize them like on Star Trek. That is her dream. Marjorie Taylor Greene is your representative if you are in her district in Georgia. Well done, voters. Well done.
I mean, what if the aliens deployed those space lasers? There is a possibility.
10-second conspiracy theories. What if Mars has water on it because we used to live there, but we messed up the climate so badly we had to send an escape pod to Earth with only Adam and Eve in it, and that pod was actually the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs? What if? What if phobias are based on how we died in our past life? Why we were afraid of things we've never tried before? Why does our brain send us chemical signals telling us not to do things without a specific reason? Maybe we died because of it. So you're telling me that a ceiling fan actually killed me at one point? No wonder why I'm scared of them. Bro, I'm telling you, ceiling fans, they're evil. What if deja vu happens when you remember events from your past life? It's the sensation that you have met a person before or have visited someplace previously. This deja vu feeling is a sign of a past life with a particular person or in a specific place. What if? What if you're the only person on Earth and everyone and everything around you are just imaginary people and things you've made up so you don't feel lonely? Bro, I don't even know what I would do.
Oh, so the single pod that by we I mean our ancestor launched from Mars, killed all the dinosaurs. A single pod killing all the dinosaurs on Earth. I'm bamboozled.
This Mexican police officer in Cancun, Mexico, demands 3,600 pesos, equivalent to $211 from this tourist. Apparently, to the tourist point of view, he believed he was stopped for no reason. But upon searching more information on this incident, the police officer stated he pulled him over for going over the speed limit, and that he let the tourist go with a simple fair warning, writing no report on this traffic stop, pocketing the money from this individual. The officer now demands only half of what the original price he first noted, making it more obvious that he was simply money hungry and was just trying to make his bi-weekly paycheck in a single day.
So, how much is the phone? The bill, yeah, it's for half, no entero. Okay. Son 1,800.
The officer decides to cut him a deal and decides to ask for only 800 pesos, but the tourist countered the officer's offer to 400 pesos since he stated that's all the money he had. The officer shakes his head and laughs, but accepts the offer.
This is enough, 400. 800, yeah, así. Do you know ticket, no record, no progress? Yes, but there is 400. Look, this is all I have. I don't have even more.
As you can see, the officer handled him his ticket booklet so he can place the money inside and avoid being busted, as he mentioned that he could be watched by pedestrians or a supervisor from a distance.
Checkbook, you pay.
Okay. Here.
To watch the man.
Sí. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ese es un problema.
Gracias, señor.
Checking.
Yes.
The tourist ended up giving him 400 pesos, equivalent to $24 US, less than a quarter of the original amount. It may not seem much to many, but this is police corruption at its finest that you need to watch out for while traveling to Mexico. It can't get any more obvious than this. Let me know in the comments what you think, or if you have been a victim on a similar situation like this.
I mean, he was pretty slick with how he received the money.
Hey, y'all, bro, friend, when I tell you. Now, this story has to be one of the most sickening stories I have ever heard, friends, so brace yourself. Georgia Tan, aka Beulah. Now, I know y'all done heard the devil wears Prada, but apparently he wear pearls and a curl set. Now, this woman was responsible for moving over 5,000 kids without their parents' permission, if y'all know what I mean. And when I say kids, I mean kids as well as babies. Born in 1891 to a judge, she wanted to be a lawyer, but her dad said it wasn't for women, so she went and became a social worker. Now, mind you, while working in Mississippi as a social worker, she got fired because she was misplacing children, taking them out of folk home, and it wasn't supposed to be taken out. So she moved on to Tennessee and worked at the Tennessee's Children's Home Society in this building right here. By 1924, she had took over the business and she was the leader. Now at this time, they was only charging $7 for adoptions because they thought it was immoral or unethical to charge a lot of money and it would drive unethical practices. But little Miss Nikki here decided to target people outside of Tennessee, that way she could charge for a private out-of-state adoption. Targeting rich and famous people or wealthy people, and they had no idea that they were adopting stolen children. Joan Crawford was one of the people that adopted children from her. Twin girls to be exact, and y'all know exactly who Joan Crawford is because she is a star of Mommy Dearest, and Mommy Dearest was supposedly inspired by this story. Ric Flair is also one of the children that were stolen, and his parents unknowingly adopted him from this scam. How did she do this? I'm glad you asked, friends. So what she would do is prey on women who were unwed in the hospital giving birth in Memphis, Tennessee. And she would have the nurses to tell the mothers that those babies did not make it after they were born. Or she would ride around in neighborhoods where there were children outside playing and ask the kids if they wanted to ride around in her shiny car, and she would take them. She also would target daycares by taking the kids out of the daycare saying that the parents were unfit. Then if anybody had any questions, she would enlist her friend here, Camille Kelly, who was a judge, to blackmail the family and tell them that they were going to face legal action if they kept asking questions, and if it was something that was messed up about the situation, they was going to go down with Georgia. She also had the help of the previous mayor of the town because he was helping her cover up all her trails. What made this even worse, friends, on top of her taking these children from their parents, she was also selling them into slavery or child labor situations where families bought kids to work and make them money. There was no limit to where she would stop in order to make money. She also sold these kids to men who were looking for small girls. Now, it is said that an alleged 500 kids went on to glory in her care because she hired drug addicts and people off the streets to care for these children while she found placements for them. And y'all remember when I told y'all the adoption agency only charged $7 for adoptions? She was charging $5,000 for an adoption. Also, one of the mayors of New York at the time who adopted a child from her signed a bill saying that birth certificates should be sealed in adoptions. By this time, Gordon Brown, and the mayor of Memphis, was getting suspicious and he launched an investigation. And 3 days before everything went public and any arrest or any criminal investigations were announced, she passed away from uterine cancer. Shortly after, this crooked judge passed away as well. Last but not least, E.H. Crump, the ex-mayor of Memphis, he also passed away. And until this day, absolutely no one has been arrested for any of the heinous crimes that were committed, and the adoption records were not released until the 90s, where some families were able to be reunited, but not all of them, friends. Well, I hope I ain't got y'all up in too much of a tease, and I'm gonna call y'all back later on. Bye.
What goes around comes around. Okay, so that's it for today, and please make sure to hit the subscribe button. That's all I ask. Just the subscribe button. Thank you. Peace.